What's up, everybody, and welcome to another Pursuing 1%. Last time we talked about Jay Nestor's study on himself of stuffing his nose for 10 days to see how mouth breathing had an impact on his overall health. What he found was his resting heart rate went up, his blood pressure went up, and his mental clarity went down. Now, if you want those things to shift, it makes sense to shut your mouth so that you breathe through your nose. If you want to understand more how this impacts your health, let's look at how it also impacts your physical activity. So a researcher named John Douillard, I think is how you pronounce his last name, grabbed a group of professional cyclists, and he had them do two tests. The first cycling test, they only breathed through their mouth throughout the whole test. For the second one, they only breathed through their nose. Now, interestingly enough, when they were only breathing through their mouth, what they found was it seemed like they weren't professional cyclists at all. It seemed like they were actually novice. They were getting out of breath super fast. They had to pant. Some of them had to stop. They couldn't go any longer. And it just felt like things were not going well and they would probably not be able to finish the test, which many of them didn't. However, whenever they breathed only through their nose, what they found was that as intensity went up, their breathing rate went down. As intensity went up, breathing rate went down. Now, that is amazing. Meaning, the harder they pedaled, the less they breathed, the less often they breathed, if that makes sense. A couple of other insane statistics. One of the breathers in particular, one of the cyclists in particular, during the mouth breathing test, he had a breathing rate of 47 breaths per minute. And during the nose breathing test, it went down to 14 breaths per minute. 47 breaths mouth breathing, 14 breaths nose breathing. That is absolutely insane. And that means that breathing is not only important, breathing through your nose, is not only important in regular life throughout the day, it is also important during your physical activity. Which brings me to my question. Have you paid attention to your breathing lately? Especially now that we've talked about it a couple times, have you paid attention to breathing through your nose lately? Especially during exercise and especially as it gets more intense. Now, that doesn't mean that I want you to choke and suffocate. If you feel like you need to breathe through your mouth, do so, but recover as quickly as you can to close that mouth and breathe through your nose so that you can increase your cardiovascular endurance, breathe less, and therefore become more effective and more vital overall, and continue pursuing 1% a day.
Check out more of our health and fitness videos on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Be sure to like, follow, or subscribe so you never miss out on our new content posted daily that contains life-changing strategies.